as I gaze from my window at the moon in its light, my thoughts fall straight. And the spirit as we lay without slumber, all the times without number, darling, when I say to you, do you love me as I love you? Are you my life to me? My dream come true.
Don't speak to me. Don't speak.
In the still of the night. Oh. As I gaze out my window at the moon in its light, my thoughts all stray to you. In the still of the night, as I lay without slumber, the time without number, darling, when I say to you, do you love me as I love you? Are you my life to me? My dream come true. the still of the night. Oh, in the still of the night. Oh, in the still of the night. In the still of the night. In the still of the night.
That's great. That was a while ago, man.
Yeah, that was the late, great Lou Matthews. I miss him.
Yeah, me too.
And Paul Krivik on drums, Jimmy Garofalo on bass,
Yeah.
and yours truly on public saxophone.
Yours truly, man. All right. Well, I have my friend David Fairweather here. And I'm just setting up here a little bit, Dave.
All right.
Yeah, so today is my 664th interview. Yeah, and Dave is an interesting guy. He did a little something different for most of his living, but he is a singer, harmonica player, lyricist. I mean, I really know you more as a lyricist, you know, on all those things. I don't even think I've heard you play harmonica.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, actually, I play with bands around town. There's a band called Love, or Love Revisited. They had some hits in the 1960s, and they're around still.
Huh.
And once in a while, like the last time they played at the Whiskey earlier last year, I played there a couple of times, and just with
Cool.
blues bands around town.
Yeah.
I don't do as, I mean, I like to sing jazz. When I get a chance, I go out and do that too. So,
Yeah.
but mostly I just stay home and fiddle with my computer, which is what I'm going to be featuring today.
Well, okay, so first, let's talk about your lyric writing, how that came about, because yeah, there must have been some kind of moment where you went, oh, yeah, I'd like
All
to
right.
write
Well,
lyrics for these songs.
I was about 13 years old, and down the street from me, there was a rock and roll band named the United States of America, and they had some albums out. And the leader of that band, his name was Joseph Byrd, and I would visit over at his house because he was babysitting some friends of mine that were younger. It's a whole story, but anyway, he ended up living in this house, and there was a guitar player that lived there with him, and I started just for fun, just writing funny songs when I'm about 13. And Joseph was the first person that said, "You wrote that? You should, do more of that. You guys should start a band." And we did. We started my high school band, but it wasn't really jazz. It was kind of blues and rock. But somewhere in there, I discovered Charlie Christian. So somebody said, "Oh, this was the first electric guitar player. You should
Yeah.
listen to him." And
Uh-huh.
I figured, "Oh, this will be quaint. I'll listen to this, see what the first electric
Quaint.
guitar player sounded like." And I was just stunned. And I played it for all the guys in my band, and they were stunned. Nobody imagined it would be just like from another dimension the way that Charlie Christian could be compared to all the other musicians there. And then I tried putting words to some of his songs, like Airmail Special. I got a letter, I got a letter,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then I discovered somewhere along the line Twisted, Annie Ross and Twisted. And
Yeah.
Lambert Hendricks and Ross, my analyst told me that I was right out of my head, right? The song Twisted. And that kind of led me into jazz. I got into jazz first through vocal jazz. And then I
Uh-huh.
discovered, Charlie Parker. But I really felt an affinity with Wardell Gray, who
Yeah.
was, Annie Ross wrote Twisted to one of his solos.
Yeah.
I discovered that she wrote songs to some of his other solos too. He has a song called Farmer's Market,
Hmm.
and another song called Jackie. And those were all based on Wardell Gray solos. And I started to realize there was just something in the way that Wardell Gray phrased his solos that just sounded like English to me. I mean,
Oh,
I could hear him what he was trying to say,
yeah,
or at least I imagined I did, and I
yeah.
put my own words to Wardell Gray songs. So that's from, back from the time I'm like 15 or 16 years old. I'm writing vocalese. I don't really know anything at all except doing vocal jazz. I didn't really play much saxophone then. I played a little bit of clarinet in high school, but I didn't know much about jazz. But I started writing words to his solos and then to other songs, and Dizzy Gillespie or whatever, and so that's what brought me into writing vocalese.
That's a lot of work.
Well, yeah, it is. And it could take me weeks or months to write a vocalese solo. They're very intricate,
Yeah.
and uh, and I think you'll hear some of that this afternoon. I've got my own style to writing vocalese. You know, Years later, I actually got to sing some of my songs for the people that inspired them. Like, for instance, I was in law school up at Stanford, and I heard that John Hendricks and company were playing at a club nearby. So I go to the club, and during a break, or maybe it was before the show, I saw him and got to talk to him. And I said, I write vocalese too. He said, oh yeah, let me hear some of it. So I think I sang a song I wrote called Scrapple from the Apple, based on a Charlie Parker song. The next thing I knew, with no preparation, John Hendricks drags me out on stage to sit in with his band.
Oh my God.
So that was frightening and fun. Next thing I know, he goes 1, 2, and we're going into jumping at the woodside.
Oh my God.
But that was a great experience. And then something similar happened maybe 10 years later. I was at an Oscar Brown Jr. concert, and I got to talk to him during a break or something. I remember he was playing in Ojai, and we were out in the parking lot, and I said, hey, I can sing that stuff too, and I played it for him. He didn't drag me up on stage, but he was very appreciative, and we got to know each other a little bit afterwards. So,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
It's wonderful. And your lyrics are so good. One thing I didn't ask you to prepare, do you have, I'm sure you do because you've sent me stuff, but do you have, could we look at a page, like a Word document or something of lyrics?
Well, I didn't really prepare anything. I'd have to go dig something up for one of the first songs that we're going. Okay, let me work on it. I wish I'd known. I would have had something ready.
Yeah,
Um,
that's okay. I mean, and plus I have this a new lighting kind of situation in this room, and I'm not real super happy with it. I'm like,
yeah, you're kind of backlit a lot, aren't you?
well, yeah, it's like I don't know.
Is there
I'm
anybody watching this besides you and I right now?
yes, there
Is it
is.
just is it just the two of us?
No, there isn't. There are people watching actually.
There's people watching. All right, well then we're
Yeah.
going to act together.
So, yeah,
Uh,
not sure about but anyway, yeah. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. My lighting is, I need a different lighting thing going on. Front lighting, maybe. Yeah, so we have reactions here. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
So, yeah, we're going to get into basically, I'll just say this. What David has come to and has been working on is an AI, um, should I say, version. He's using AI to bring his lyrics to life, basically, and which is interesting. AI is like, we're happy with AI, we're not happy with AI, whatever. But it's pretty cool what he's done, and that's why we wanted to have him on the show today to show this.
Yeah, Kathy, you've known me for a few decades now, I think.
I think so.
And How many times have I said, "Gee, I wish I could get like three girls over here that we could do my songs in vocal harmony, right?"
Yeah.
And it's just not that easy to get. It's like herding cats, getting people together in the same room and then teaching them to sing something as intricate as vocalese. But now with AI, I can do that. I can put three girls in the room and have them sing my stuff. Okay, I've got some lyrics here. Kind of copy. What should I paste them into the chat? What?
You can do that. I want to show people, so that they can kind of just look at it, So you can do that, and then I
Well,
can,
let's see if this works.
or you can
There,
send
there,
me the
right there.
version.
Can you see that?
No. Did
You
you
don't see
hit
anything
send?
in the chat? Or
You have
maybe
to hit send.
okay,
There
let
they
me
are.
see now.
Okay, that's cool. I got it.
And
So,
that's the first song we're going to listen to too. So if you want to
okay,
cue up,
hold
before
on
you
one
cue it up,
second.
let me just say what it is. There's a Sonny Rollins, Clifford Brown recording of a tune called Valse Hot. Are you familiar with it? Spelled Valse. I guess that's French for waltz.
Yes.
Valse
Yes.
Hot. So this is my vocalese lyric to Valse Hot. And it's about a hot waltz. So
Hold on there. Hold on there. I want to share this because I am. So I guess you guys can probably see this. Let me see. Just doing so I can make these
and you
pretty.
can see in there, I kind of gave some directions to the AI, like on the very last line where it says whispered in brackets.
Oh, I see.
I'm
Yeah.
telling the AI. The AI has a tendency to get very overenthusiastic, especially when it reads my lyrics, because it takes them literally and it gets excited. This is the truth. So I have to do things to calm it down so it doesn't just go completely out of control when it starts singing my stuff.
Okay, let me get the music. Where did I put the music? Here it is.
It's number 1, 001.
The oh I oh no, it's 007 actually. Valse Hot, right?
Oh, wait. Okay, I started the wrong song. Oh no, I didn't want to start with that one. But go ahead, go ahead. We can start with that one. Start with
It's what?
007.
Okay, good. So I'm going to start with that, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the lyrics right here.
One, two, three. Some people think you got to be some kind of square to dig a waltz. They don't care to dig a waltz. They're too busy finding faults. They don't have a prayer to dig a waltz. Leave them in their chairs there, on their derrieres there. Let them sit and stare while we prepare to dig a waltz. Some people simply haven't got the savoir-faire to dig a waltz, or the flair to dig a waltz. They're aware of waltzes, schmaltz. Maybe they're too scared to dig a waltz. Leave them in their chairs there. Let them sit and stare there. Baby, you and I are gonna dare to dig a waltz. Count time in 3 doesn't have to be minuet in G. Give the waltz a shot, we can stir the pot. Let's make this waltz hot. Now lately it seems like half of my neighborhood thinks that I'm crazy. They say that I'm gone with the breeze. But waltzing has opened my eyes up, and waltzing has helped me to wise up to all of the good things that happen in threes. I put on a waltz when I'm feeling stressed. I put on a waltz that I'm 3 times blessed. I put on a waltz and I'm at my best, skipping and flipping in triple time bop.
Sonny Rollins knew, Clifford Brown knew too.
Took their horns and blew.
Give the waltz a shot.
We can stir the pot.
Let's make this waltz hot.
Shooby dooby 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 doo da doo da.
Flower your skill, young blue, dooey blue, love that.
Never thought that I'd ever use AI. Maybe I should try. Give AI a fling. It's the latest thing. Let's make AI swing.
Swing, ding, dong, ding.
Okay. Maybe just this once.
Just don't tell anybody, okay? You gotta keep this AI on the down low, okay?
My lips are sealed, baby. Now plant one right here.
Oh man, that is really cute. So, wow, that's really good. I have a few things to say about that. So first of all, first let me just say, you really should see about developing these into professional vocal group arrangements, like for schools, colleges. They would go crazy over this. And there's a few people I can refer you to who might want to develop that.
Yeah, let me just say right off the bat, of course, I would prefer doing this with real live humans. These are I
Wait a
consider
minute,
these
wait a minute.
demos.
Wait. So let's talk about one thing at a time, because
Okay, okay.
otherwise it's going to get pushed in. So I'm just telling you, colleges, there's a big field of colleges and high schools doing arrangements for vocal groups, and this would be perfect to develop into that. Okay, so I'll refer you if you don't know people or you don't do it
Sure.
yourself. Okay, now let's talk about the main voice is an AI, right?
Yep. Everything you heard there, every instrument, every
Oh,
voice was AI. It's all synthetic. No humans involved. What you've got there is my lyrics based on the melody by Sonny Rollins and Clifford Brown that basically I sang into the computer to give it an idea of what it's like, what it's supposed to sound like. But well, I don't want to get too much into the technical stuff of it, but you'll notice that the computer has a limited memory. It can remember about a minute, and then it starts kind of getting off the rails, I call it. And I notice when it's not doing what I would like it to do.
I
But
didn't notice anything.
yeah, well, it drives me nuts when I say, no, don't sing it that, like it misses a note here, or it misses a rhythm
Oh,
here, or like let's make this waltz,
oh,
and then it's a little bit late. That drives me
oh,
nuts.
okay.
A human, I could tell what to do. You can't really tell the AI that with that granularity what to do.
I see. I did notice the girls' voices sounded more like my idea of what AI would sound like than the guy's
Right.
voice. The guy's voice was Wow. Really great.
Also, I'll tell you that the voice qualities themselves, I have kind of sculpted them to be kind of what I'm into. I've always been into music from the 40s and 50s. So that guy sounds like a singer from the 50s. He doesn't sound like somebody from the 21st century. You can't give it a name. It'll reject you if you say sound like Mel Torme or sound like Bobby Darin or something. What you can do is describe in words as best you can the vocal qualities you're looking for. And you can tell it an era. So that's how I shape those voices.
It's really good. I love your lyrics for this is great because I have a thing for jazz waltz. I mean, I love jazz
Really?
waltz, but people don't seem to appreciate it as much as the other stuff. So I really like these words.
Well, thank you. And actually, I kind of made a mistake. I was going to play that song at the end of our session. And I was going to start out with a different jazz waltz, which is
Oh,
Up Jump Spring. Up
oh,
Jump Spring is a jazz waltz. So we can go to that one next.
okay. So you have two listed here. Are they the same?
One says Up Jump
There's,
Spring. It's very short. The other one
oh,
says Up Jumped Strings because I
oh,
added strings to the arrangement.
okay. Which
Uh,
one would you like me to play?
The first one. And
Okay,
the first one, it's a woman singing it, and I was trying to get a little bit of Dinah Washington into her voice. I'm
okay.
sure I'm the only person on earth that's ever tried to make an AI sing like Dinah Washington. So let's see how well I did.
I'm wondering, is it way too much to ask for these lyrics to keep coming? Because
Well, no, I'll get you one. Hold on, give me a minute. Give me a sec.
I'm going to get a cough drop. I'll
You
be
get
right back.
something to drink while I find the lyric.
All right. I'm getting my Japanese cough drops. They're so good. Okay. They're all Japanese. Yeah. Lychee nut. All right.
Just a
So
second.
good.
This one is pretty short. Here's another thing I alluded to it earlier. AI has a short memory, a short attention span before it starts drifting. So it does better with short songs. For the first minute or two, it's pretty good, and then it starts going off the tracks. But you shouldn't be able to tell with this one very much because it is a short song. And you've heard me sing this one before. This is my words to Freddie Hubbard's Up Jumped Spring.
Definitely. Now, also, you might want to prepare the other ones too. I think it's nice to have the lyrics here, you know? So just saying. Okay, so here we go now this is all right.
I remember last season, the weather was freezing. December did stubbornly cling. But then you came along with a new kind of song. And out of nowhere, up jumped spring. I was frozen and down like the snows on the ground. And my skies were all cloudy and gray. But then up jumped spring to cast and fling December's heartaches away. I felt winter withdraw and my heart start to thaw as robin robins begin to sing. Now those gray skies and there's grass on my lawn, and I rise with the dawn every day, because up jumps spring to cast and fling December's heartaches away. December's heartaches away.
That was great. Wow.
Now, if you didn't know that was AI, I don't think most people would know that was AI.
Now, I did hear an AI thing in there.
What did you hear?
In, let's see, there was, I can't remember, but as she was singing, I did hear a little bit of that. Let me just
do the next one. It's up jumped strings.
Okay, let me just tell Joe Goldberger. Hi, Joe. So Joe, he said, great track, love the hint of Andrew Sisters. I'm not sure you know what's going on here yet.
That might have been the first one.
No, I don't think so. Really?
I don't think there was any group singing in the one we just heard, but there will be in the next one, in Up Jumped Strings. And it's supposed to be more like the Meltones. I like the Meltones more than the Andrew Sisters.
Okay, so and let me. So Joe, I don't know if you're aware of what we're doing here because I'm not sure when you came in, but this is. Oh, it's the first one. He said, yeah, yeah. So, yeah. You know, we're doing AI. This is AI. David has written great lyrics, and created AI. It's really terrific what he does. Joe's a wonderful drummer, very creative and composer, and yeah, so he's very creative and a wonderful guy.
I know.
So yeah, what was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say. Okay, so I'm going to do this again. I love this. I love the words. I love all your words. I think you're a great
Thank
lyricist.
you.
Okay, so now we're going to do Up Jumped Strings. It's the same lyrics and everything,
Same
right?
thing. It's just slightly different arrangement.
Okay.
I remember last season the weather was freezing. December did stubbornly cling, but then you came along with a new kind of song, and out of nowhere up jumped spring. I was frozen and down like the snows on the ground, and my skies were all cloudy and gray. But then up jumped spring to cast and fling December's heartaches away. I felt winter withdraw and my heart start to thaw as robins began to sing. Now those gray skies are gone and there's grass on my lawn, and I rise with the dawn every day, because up jumps spring to cast and fling December's heartaches away. December's heartaches away.
Where'd the piano stuff come from? Was that
That's
you
AI.
playing? So that's totally AI. That's not you
Totally
putting it
AI.
in.
And
Wow.
the arrangement too, and like it put that little jump into, right with Rise with the Dawn every day, it put this little kind of a jump into it. That was the AI doing that. And why it's doing that is the way that it works. It's listened to millions of different jazz tunes, and just kind of distilled out the most popular versions of jazz arrangements. So it thinks that's what people want to hear, is that. It's all
But the singing, The singing is your phrasing, right?
As close as I can get it, not exact. I mean,
But I
it
mean,
it's
you sing like,
inspired by my singing. It's heard my
yeah,
singing.
let's
Can I get
say,
it to stick to my singing? No.
oh, so if you say ba ba do 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 do, or you say ba 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 do da, so does it use what you put in basically, or no?
Sometimes it takes it
Oh,
as suggestions, and
okay.
very often it will change the melody lines. Like ba ba dee ba ba doo bit, it'll go ba dee ba ba doo bit, or ba ba doo bit ba doo bit. It'll throw in
Oh,
its own little
oh,
variations.
that's so interesting, isn't it?
And you don't know how many times I wish I could say, "Don't do that," but you can't. You can't tell it what to do on a granular level. It's going to do what it wants to do. It'll listen to your suggestions, but in some ways, it's like a human musician too, coming into a session. You can't tell him exactly what to play. He's going to do
Yeah,
what he wants to do.
yeah. I love this though. Isn't this great, you guys? Oh man, I just love it.
I can't see any of the chat messages. I can see what I've posted, but
Well, are you on Face? No, you're not on Facebook, right?
oh, is that where I should be looking at this in Facebook?
If you want to see the comments, otherwise,
Yeah, because I want to see what people are saying.
yeah, otherwise, I mean, my friend Joyce was here. She said she knew it was AI. Well, of course, because the woman's voice is very recognizably AI. Joe would like to know, can you name the program? He's
Yeah,
assuming
it's
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 like,
Suno version 5. It's called.
that's what he thought. And
And yeah,
did you suggest the key of E flat, he wants to know?
yeah, that's my key.
There you go.
Yeah. But I mean, Suno doesn't know the key of E flat from the key of J. You can't tell it any kind of musical terms at all.
Ah,
It doesn't know the names of chords or the names of notes or anything. It knows feelings, it knows eras, it knows genres. Like for instance, I discovered if you tell it crime jazz, it'll do a real nice Peter Gunn kind of Henry Mancini feel. But you can't give it musical direction. You can't tell it do a crescendo here or do an
oh,
accelerando here. It won't
yeah.
listen to that at all.
Could you say, I want it more outside, or you'd have to describe it by somebody?
By genre, it would know what outside means because that's kind of a genre type thing.
I see.
All right, hold on. Let me first of all find the chat. If you give me just a second.
Yeah, if you go on the Facebook, um, make sure your volume is down so you don't hear us, but you'll see the chats probably.
Well, hmm.
You don't really have to see it. I mean, I can tell you, there's not, right now
All right,
there's just about four. So,
yeah, I don't think I'm in it. You can just tell me if anybody says anything good or anything
yeah,
bad. I
yeah,
was expecting people were gonna come in here hating on the AI because a lot of people do. They have a knee-jerk reaction. They don't want to hear anything related to AI at all. And I
yeah,
get that. I understand why many people absolutely hate it. And all I would say to those people is that don't be an ostrich. You can't ignore it. It's
yeah,
not going away.
yeah.
It's better to learn to recognize it, like know your enemy if you hate it, and even better yet, learn to turn it to your own purposes and use it for your own purposes
Yeah.
because it's not going
So
away.
Joe said, or no, oh, Joyce. Joyce said, I've played with Suno and created an instrumental bebop tune that sounds real.
Wait, say it again. I didn't quite hear that.
I've played with Suno and created an instrumental bebop tune that sounds real.
Yeah, yeah. I was as surprised as anybody to hear it be able to sing vocalese like this. And for our next one, let's do one that really pushes Suno to its limits. and that would be Groovin' High. And let me see if I can find you a lyric to go along with it.
Okay. I keep thinking, Dave, of really sharing this with my singer friends and people because people, I mean, I've never jumped on this heavy with you, but people want, I mean, these are great lyrics. People want songs that are recognizable with great lyrics. And they're looking to sing stuff like this.
Well, I appreciate the compliments because the lyrics are near and dear to my heart. This really is the way I feel. And this Groovin' High here is going to be based on Wardell Gray's version of Groovin' High. Now, Groovin' High is a Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Parker composition, and most people are familiar with their version of it.
Yeah.
But this is actually based on a Wardell Gray recording.
Okay.
Oh, it says my lyrics are too long. It won't let me put them in the chat completely. So I'll just start with the first verse. Maybe I can upload them.
You can also email it to me if you want.
All right, hold on. Now, as I said, this is a long song. It's probably 4 or 5 minutes, and Suno will go off the rails after a couple of minutes. It usually finds its way back onto the rails at the end of the song. Because I think the way that it composes is it kind of starts at the beginning and the end, and then works towards the middle. And so the beginning will be pretty good, the end will be pretty good, the middle may lose its way a little bit.
Okay.
All right, I just sent you something.
All right.
What I love about this one that you're going to hear is that you can hear Wardell Gray's phrasing coming through me and then into the AI. And his phrasing is so compelling that even the AI gets it. So you'll see. There's certain little spots in here where you'll hear it really swing, like where it says like, "Come and join me, Pop." And that's Wardell Gray's rhythm and phrasing that's getting it.
Cool. I'm still waiting. I didn't get anything. You sent it, right?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me click on send again. Okay, it wasn't sent. It's sent now.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's long. Okay, let me copy that over to words. Where are you? Okay. Copy that. I'm just going to fix this up for people to really see.
Yeah. So the AI does pretty well through the head into maybe the first couple of choruses of Wardell Gray's solo. Then it goes off the rails in terms of rhythm. Hopefully your audience won't notice it. I notice it. And then it finds its way back onto the rails at the end.
Okay. Okay, I'm just sorry, I'm just moving. I'm not sure what I'm doing exactly, but I'm just separating it a little bit so that people can read it better you know, because it's a lot.
Yeah, because the lyrics I sent you include my instructions to the AI. And
Right.
so
That's all in the
in the bracketed
parentheses.
portions,
Yeah, yeah.
brackets and parentheses.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so here. And now I am doing Groovin' High. And I'm sharing my screen. Groovin' High. And let's see if I can.
Don't make me laugh, ha ha, you'll never get me to bebop.
Oh, I can see the chat now.
It's
Oh,
easier
good.
than it seems if you repeat after me. Sing it with me, bebop, 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 bebop. You can't be lazy now, repeat what I say. Sing a little bebop, 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 bebop. And it's amazing how you learn to parlay. Try it and you'll see bop, you'll see bop, I see bop. And when you get it, then you'll realize, hey, that this is as easy as A, B, and C bop, as simple as 1, 2, and 3 bop, bebop, bebop, with me pop, If you pronounce it, we can bounce it around. Sing a little bebop, or rebop, and you'll be grooving 50 feet off the ground, high up in the treetops, the treetops. And if the blues are ever bringing us down, we'll hopscotch away with a flip-flop and play with the sounds. Bop with me, pop, don't stop, drop everything and go with the flow. Go. Take a hop around the candy shop, believe in bop, and soon you'll cop the groove. Gradually grow, and suddenly you'll know bop is alive in every nook and every cranny. In every orifice of heavenly bliss, bop will be your soul kiss and your halo glow. I remember when I couldn't comprehend a word of bop, not a single word. Tried and tried until I cried through the changes when this strange thing occurred. I heard when quicker than blinking in the wink of a hummingbird, be bopping down a T-bone. The bird is the word. Bop started bopping on me like a drum that you could beat on. Blow. Come and join me, pop. Follow me directly to the top, practice bopping every day. Say your vatties and your booties and your little rooty tooties till your syllables get a swing and a sway. Your fingers will feel like popping and your heels will start to hopping and you'll probably holler out hooray. Hooray! Bebop spoken here, loud and clear. You'll finally poke that shiny drop of mercury that wasn't there. So if you really flip to what I've hipped to, here's what you do. Ooh, you do. Picture a cotton candy cloud and a carousel and skies of blue. A tropical pink butterfly flip-flopping on the wing might stop to drink a drop, a two, or a few. And if you listen to her whispering, you'll be grooving high. Even you can learn to bebop if you try. I'm telling you, you can learn to bebop too. Ooh, sweet Petulia, do. 'Cause how can you fly if you're afraid that you'll flop? You gotta reach for the sky like a ski drop. Skedaddle yourself right up to the tip of the top, to the top of the needle in Seattle, and scat a lot of bop and float a bubble off the top. Bebop, 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 bebop. If you pronounce it, we can bounce it around. Sing a little bebop, 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 bebop. And we'll be grooving 50 feet off the ground, high up in the treetop, the treetop, the treetop. And if the blues ever bringing us down, we'll hopscotch away with a flip-flop and play with the sounds. And you'll be astounded how the sounds that you pronounce become profound. Zazz! Shoot the brandy to me, Randy. Shoot the vino to me, Dino. Shoot the reefer to me, Kiefer. Shoot the lotus to me, Otis. Good night.
That is fun. That's great, man. Wow, how long did it take you to write those?
Oh gosh, that I wrote that probably 20, 30 years ago. That was one of my first vocalese. I can still remember just listening with headphones to Wardell Gray. Like we didn't have computers back then when I wrote this. It was
Yeah.
pre-computer days. I've just got a pad and paper out. Yeah, yellow pad and a pencil and headphones and a cassette player.
Wow. That's really amazing. Really amazing, man.
Thanks.
I'm just,
On my end, I'm hearing some stuttering in the playback. Was that happening on your end, or is that just because it's coming through to me?
I think it's just a, yeah, it's just a glitch that you hear, not me.
Good. Well, hopefully everybody out there heard it smoothly.
So is that B flat?
Yeah, I do. It's not originally in B flat, but I can sing it in B flat, so that's why it was in B flat.
Yeah. That's a Joe Goldberger question. I guess you guys, Joyce said, could you please mention the exact prompts you put in resulting in these particular tunes? But Joe Goldberger said in custom mode, if you use a prompt in square brackets like D minor 9 and Suno, it will sometimes get it. It can be a hit or miss, but I've gotten it to follow my chord instructions. So I'm
Really?
kind of mixed on the
All right, well,
Suno
I've
thing.
never gotten it to follow a chord progression or a 1-4-5 or anything like that, so I've kind of given up on that, but I'll try again. In terms of the exact prompt that went in there, I could, first of all, there's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of cherry picking. And Suno and all of these AIs, they're what's called non-deterministic, meaning what works today might not work
Oh,
next time.
huh.
1 + 1 doesn't always equal 2. It's like a roll of the dice each time. In fact, I liken it to a slot machine. People think it's a vending machine. It's not a vending machine. It's more like a slot machine. And how often do you walk away from a slot machine a winner? Not
Right,
very often.
right.
So it takes a lot of patience. It takes experience, and it takes hearing in your head what you want to hear. You have to know what you want to hear. A lot of people are making AI music that aren't musicians. They don't have a preset notion in their mind of what they want to hear come out. So those people tend to be happier with Suno results than I am, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you're more particular, right?
Also, Suno is changing since when I made these songs. I made these songs mostly back in November, and they got sued. They got sued by some major publishers, and they settled with Warner Brothers. And the way they settled was basically now Warner Brothers owns Suno, and and
Well,
Warner
that
Brothers
was
is
quite
going
the
to
settling.
license. Warner Brothers is licensing their catalog for Suno to train on. So there's going to be a Suno version 6 coming probably within a month or so. It's going to be based only on Warner Brothers catalog. And people, I know they're concerned about what that may come out sounding like. But also behind the scenes every day, they're tweaking things so that it's very hard to get consistent results out of it now, like I was able to do last year. When I first called you on this, I was so excited on it. I had just started using it. It was probably late October, early November. And then, like 2 weeks later, Warner Brothers bought Suno. And now everything is changing.
I have to say, somebody in Warner Brothers was very smart to jump on that, you know? I mean, not that I love the idea, but I think that was a really smart move.
Yeah, because it's not going away, so you might as well harness it.
Yeah.
All right, so what have we got up next? Is it Tintindeo?
I know. Chris Cassidy said, that's how to settle a lawsuit. Let your litigant buy you. Sorry, Suno.
Yep. Yeah.
No, that's so, it's like,
Yeah, let's try Tintindeo next. So let me see if I can find some lyrics for you. It's a little bit simpler.
okay.
Um, This was also a lyric I wrote decades ago, before computers were a thing. I can still remember writing this with pencil and paper and headphones and a cassette. And again, they say it's too long. I have to email it to you.
Yeah, that's fine. I am waiting for you.
In this one, I had to spell out Tintindeo phonetically, D-A-Y, like Deo, Deo, because the AI wanted to say Dio. And I didn't like the way that sounded, so.
Okay. You did hit send, right?
I did hit send. It says message sent.
Okay, cool. I am waiting. Here we go. Got it.
And this is another one that I actually had the privilege of singing for. It was Gildo Mahonis,
Oh.
the piano player for Lambert, Hendricks, and Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And the lyric references a samba. He says, "That's not a samba." I said, "I know it's not a samba. It's just poetic license."
Okay. So, share and Tintindeo. There we go. Humans, not AI.
No, do the one that says AI.
Ah.
It's number 4.
Oh, I see. Okay.
As we drift on a tropical mist in this Brazilian moonlight, and we shift and we sway while the skips on the bay bathe in violet blue light. A maiden is chanting Tin-tin-deo, a panther is panting Tin-tin-deo. And she whispered a kiss and insisted he shouldn't resist, and he followed her into the night, all through the night. But the tropical mist hid his Brazilian mistress from sight, deep in the jungle. Tin-tin-deo, I sleeplessly stumbled into the Tin-tin-deo. I woke up clutching frantically at sheets, and I blandly began my day. I choke up every night, the dream repeats, and I can't understand why I stay obsessed by a samba. Tin-tin-deo, tin-tin-deo, I was possessed by a samba. Frantically at sheets, and I blandly began my day. day I choke up. Every night the dream repeats, and I can't understand why I stay obsessed by a samba. Tin-tin-day-o, I was possessed by a samba. The Amazon dawn sings my passionate wanting, the melody haunting me on through the day. As we shift and we sway, and the native drums play, and the priestesses pray. They pray to the tin-tin day-o, day-o, tin-tin,
That's beautiful.
Yeah, the lyrics I sent you weren't.
Oh, that's
line up
okay.
with what
Yeah.
I gave you.
Yeah, that's okay. So, so if you were doing this yourself, would you do it as a samba, or are you cool with it as a kind of a bossa?
I don't think it's either. Yeah, I guess it's a bossa. It's a bossa. You know, one of the things that drives me nuts with the version I just gave you was that it, no matter what I did, it wouldn't get the bridge right. It insists on making up its own bridge. So the
Melody?
chords are not the
Oh,
original
the
chords.
chords. Oh,
Not the way I would do it. And I tried a bunch of times and then I just gave up.
yeah, yeah.
But that's why I put in, there's another version in there. It's my version. If you want to hear that, you can.
Sure. Yeah, let's hear that. I'm curious.
All right. Yeah, people that are getting tired of hearing AI. Okay, let's hear some humans.
Okay.
You can listen to me.
Yeah, I guess this is not a bossa. It's a cha-cha or something.
It's a rumba.
Oh,
As we drift on a tropical mist in this Brazilian moonlight, and we shift and we sway while the skiffs on the bay bathe in violet blue light. A maiden is chanting, Tin Tin Day-o. A panther is panting, Tin Tin Day-o. And she whispered a kiss and insisted he shouldn't resist, and he followed her into the night, all through the night. But the tropical mist hid his Brazilian mistress from sight. Deep in the jungle, Tin Tin Day-o, I sleeplessly stumble into the Tin Tin Day-o. I woke up clutching frantically at sheets, and I blandly began my day. I choke up every night, the dream repeats, and I can't understand why I stay obsessed with a samba. Tin Tin Day-o, I was possessed by a samba. Tin Tin Day-o.
I'm moving this up.
maiden is chanting. As we drift on a tropical mist in this Brazilian moonlight, and we shift and we sway while the skiff's on the bay bathe in violet blue light, a maiden is chanting. Tin tin deo, a panther is panting. Tin tin deo. And she whispered a kiss and insisted he shouldn't resist, and he followed her into the night, all through the night. But the tropical mist hid his Brazilian mistress from sight, deep in the jungle. Tin tin deo, I sleeplessly stumble into the tin tin deo. I woke up clutching frantically at sheets, and I blandly began my day. I choke up every night, the dream repeats, and I can't understand why I stay obsessed with a samba. Tin tin deo, I was possessed by a samba. Tin tin deo. The Amazon dawn sings my passionate wantings, the melody haunting me all through the day. As we shift and we sway, and the native drums play, and the priestesses pray to the tin tin deo, tin tin deo. Tin tin deo, tin tin deo, tin tin deo.
All right.
I wonder what Tintindeo refers to. Do you know?
Well, it was written by Chano Pozo and Dizzy Gillespie. I think Deo means like a god. I think deity. I think it's from the same. Yeah. I sent you another set of lyrics for April Skies.
Okay. Let me.
That one's got even. Someone was asking, how do I prompt Suno? That one's got even more prompts in it, which you can edit out or leave in.
Yeah. Joyce, all of these lyrics are David's lyrics. He's a really great lyricist. She was saying she created an Irish-styled folk song with a female Irish folk singer's voice about the end of the war. Suno created the lyrics and melody.
Yeah, I have never used any lyric that Suno created. It's not even close to what I could do myself, so I
Yeah.
disregard that. But after this, I'll show you one, just kind of an experiment that I did where I did write the lyric, but I didn't give it any melody at all. I just kind of gave it a feel, and I'll tell you about that next. But let's do April Skies first.
Okay. And also
This,
Chris Cassidy said, very tropical. She whispered a kiss and insisted he shouldn't resist. Nice internal rhymes.
I use a lot of internal rhyme. I'm inspired by some really good lyricists in that regard. Uh, Adler and Ross, I don't know if you know who they are. And then, of course, Lieber and Stoller. I'm friends with Mike Stoller now, and so
Yeah, yeah. Me
he's
too.
heard my stuff. There's no thrill better to me than if Mike leaves my house singing one of my songs. It's like,
No kidding, man. I totally get that. Uh, let's see. Yeah, this will take me a little bit if you want to say anything else.
all right. Well, I
And
don't
of
know if
course,
anybody
there's his
has any
wife too.
questions.
There's his wife, Pinky. I
What?
mean, his 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 wife. She's what's her name? I was going to say Pinky, but it's not Pinky. Dave Stoller's wife.
Oh, Mike
Mike
Stoller's wife,
Mike
Corky.
Stoller's
Corky.
wife. Corky.
Corky.
Kind of pinky, corky.
Yeah, Corky is a jazz legend in her own right.
She's very much a jazz legend, right? Hold on.
When they come over to visit, I always put her music on. She walks in and hears herself playing harp or flute or piano, and she's backed up so many people, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis, just
Yeah,
all of
yeah, she's been amazing. Kind of stopped, kind of slowed down on the music when she wanted to get into politics.
Yeah, and they are very much into that. My birthday party that was back in December, right?
Yeah.
I get a call from Mike that morning. Sorry, David, we can't. We're not sure we're going to make it to your party. We have to meet with Obama. But I'll try to make it anyway. I said, no, don't worry about it, Mike. You go meet with Michelle and Barack. It was fun.
Oh my God. I'm just doing this so people can read it.
By the way, on that last song we heard, let me give credit to Jimmy Garofalo was on bass. He might be watching this. I don't know. Ed Berghoff was on guitar. He might be watching.
Okay.
Jimmy and Ed and I have been playing together since high school.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
that long.
Ah, I didn't know that.
So let me tell you a little bit about the next song that's coming up. It's April Skies, which
Okay.
is a contrafact on the jazz standard I'll Remember April, right?
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
original is I'll Remember April,
Yeah.
and then Buddy Collette wrote a contrafact on it called April Skies, which
Okay.
was recorded by Wardell Gray with Art Farmer and Hampton Hawes. So there's a
Oh,
studio version called April Skies. And
okay.
my vocalese does its best to capture all three of those. So as I pictured in my mind as you're reading these lyrics, is three guys, three tough guys that are in a room together, and they're each trying to outdo each other with how much they love April and how sentimental they are about April. So
That's
that's
that's cool. Okay. I'm almost finished.
so it starts out with the head, and then it goes to Art Farmer plays the first solo, and then Wardell Gray jumps in and says something like, I know how you feel because I feel similarly too. That's Wardell Gray talking. And then Hampton Hawes jumps in and says, last July, I seriously thought I'd kill myself and die. I couldn't remember April. And the interesting thing is that Hampton Hawes, he's actually playing a Miles Davis line. So there's
Oh,
all this. Hampton Hawes is quoting Miles Davis. So I'm quoting Hampton Hawes quoting Miles Davis.
cool. I have to tell you a quick little story. When I was in, when I first came to LA, I worked as a waitress at Dante's. At that time, I was very young. I was in my early 20s, and I think I sat in a few times with people. And Hampton Hawes was playing during that time, and he wanted myself and a male singer for his next project, and then he died.
Oh,
I was like, "Ow! I was this close,"
he
because I'm
really is one of my favorite piano players.
so great. Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
So again, this is a long song, which means that Suno will lose its way in the middle, but it'll find its way back out at the end.
Okay.
Hope springs eternal in months that are vernal, and I
can't wait for April. I'm hoping to learn a little more this spring of love. Maybe this spring will bring what I'm dreaming. Love spring's the time for transformation and beautification and awakening and making everything clear. That's why April is my favorite month of the year.
April skies, a beautiful morning sunrise. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready to awaken with renewed rejuvenation.
Prime for all that blooming and germination and sublime creation, starting a cycle of life. When every breeze that blows above says it's the season to make love, that's the thing to do in spring. Let's ride a swing in the park.
I'm ready to make a new start. I'm ready to open my heart. Hope spring's eternal in months that are vernal, and I can't wait for April.
I'm getting impatient just anticipating.
Spring's gonna be something really special. This year spring's the time for transformation
and beautification and awakening and making everything clear. That's why April is my favorite month of the year. From every March to each May, for 30 straight days I feel so gay. It must be in my DNA, like something within my genes so deep I must obey. When April comes around I lose my cool. I can't help becoming April's fool. Every word that I say and every note I play puts my heart on display. April just carries me away.
I know how you feel, cause I feel similarly too. Those other 11 months I get unusually blue.
I pine for April, I'm in really bad shape too. Those Ides of March give way to daffodils. Those other months, you might as well just haul me off and lock me away in some deserted cabin.
Lock him up.
I won't come out until I can feel the month of March going out like a lamb. That's just the way I am.
Last July, I seriously thought I'd kill myself and die. I couldn't remember April.
All through the summer, well into the fall, I grew glummer.
All I did was crawl further from her, failing to recall my sweet April.
Just before everything went black,
Night drew back and the days grew longer.
I knew I was on the right track.
When all my memories came rushing back, and now I'm fine, but I was in a scrape till I remembered April.
Eternal in months that are vernal, and I can't wait for April. I'm getting impatient just anticipating.
Spring's bringing me someone really special. This year spring's the time for transformation
and beautification and awakening and making everything clear. That's why April is my favorite month of the year. So all you amnesiacs, listen here.
I'm telling you, April is my favorite month of the year. April sky.
So all you amnesiacs, listen here.
I'm telling you, April is my favorite month of the year. April sky.
Wow. That's pretty deep. Whose solo is that? Or it's a combination?
Well, those were, we had Art, started out with Art Farmer, then Wardell Gray, then Hampton Haas.
That was a lot, Dave. To work on.
And then, like I said, the last part is actually Hampton Haas quoting Miles Davis. All through the summer, well into the fall, I grew glummer. All I did was crawl further from her, failing to recall my sweet April. That's a Miles Davis line. If you listen to
Cool.
Miles Davis recording of "I'll Remember April," he
Yeah.
plays that in his solo.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I have a few comments. First of all, Chris Cassidy said, Corky, Corky, Corky. Yes, that's right. Roland Askerans, he said, this is from Google. Tintindeo is a 1948 Afro-Cuban jazz standard composed by Dizzy Gilfuller and Chano Pozo. While it has no direct literal translation, it is believed to be an egg corn, I don't know what that word is, or phonetic interpretation of the Spanish phrase te entiendo, which means I understand you, likely reflecting how the American musicians heard the phrase.
Oh, okay.
So that's funny. Musical significance. It's a foundational Afro-Cuban jazz piece, often associated with the collaborations between Gillespie and Cuban percussionist Chano Pozo. Alternative interpretations. The phrase doesn't have a formal definition, and other interpretations are mostly speculative. The title is often associated with a rhythmic, percussive feel rather than literal lyrical message. Yeah, thanks, Roland.
Well, when I'm like a 24-year-old kid hearing it for the first time, to me, I thought Deo was like a deity. They prayed to
Yeah,
the Timpani Deo.
yeah, that makes sense. Also, Joyce was just commenting on AI visual tools lose their way too. I created an image of elephants and one had 3 tusks. I put
Oh
in a
yeah,
prompt for a seated cat and it gave the cat 2 tails. It has its glitches.
yeah.
She loved that last one.
Well, I think I've gotten squeezed just about everything you can squeeze out of Suno version 5
Yeah.
right now. And so I'm up against its guardrails and its boundaries, and I'm pushing the envelope on it. And I know it's not perfect, but 2 years from now, it's going to be a lot better than it is now, or a lot more
Are there
accurate
are there more
anyway.
programs or is that it?
Oh yeah, this stuff gets. Oh, you mean are there others out there right now? There's nothing
Yeah.
better than Suno right now. There's
Huh.
there's others out there, but they're not even as good as Suno. But a year from now, they're all going to be better,
Yeah. Especially
for
with
better or worse.
Warner Brothers doing their thing. I would guess that it would get better. They'd put some
Yeah.
people on it, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Hey, if we can, let's do one of my own compositions where
Okay.
I wrote the music and the words, and it's the title of it is "If I Had a Hi-Fi."
Okay.
And that's a palindrome. If you spell it backwards, if I had a hi-fi, it's the same as it is forwards. If I had a hi-fi. I've written a few palindrome songs, but this one's probably my favorite
Oh,
because it
cool.
it expresses a sentiment that was very real to me back in certain stage of my growth where I wished I had a beautiful hi-fi. That was kind of a thing, but I didn't. I just had a transistor radio, so that's what the lyric is about.
Okay. Cool. Are you sending me lyrics?
Okay, let me find some lyrics. Hold on.
Okay. This is fun.
How are we doing on time?
Fine.
Okay, just give me a minute. And the lyric also expresses the whole mid-century modern kind of martini bikini type of Playboy magazine type culture. So,
I like that. It's a very good description.
all right, hold on. I'm still pulling this up. Hold on.
That's fine. By the way, you guys, I will mention that Wednesday I'm going to have an extra noontime hang, and that's with the LA pianist Matt Politano, who's a wonderful player. He's just a great player, and he's going to be performing at Birds of a Feather. I'm trying to interview a few Birds of a Feather people because I want people to maybe see the interviews and come out more. So he's going to be performing there. Oh, this week actually on Friday. So Wednesday I'm having a noontime hang with him, and Friday he's performing at Birds of a Feather. There's actually Birds of a Feather is having a lot of people this week. Thursday, this South American jazz guy who's really into Michael Brecker, Christian Moraga. with a great, these are all top musicians, everybody here this week. Mott Politano, great pianist. February 14th, which is sold out because it's Valentine's Day. Trevor Ware, bassist Trevor Ware, with my partner, my business partner, Sydney Jacobs, the great singer. And then Sunday brunch, maybe some of you know Bevan Manson, great pianist with a foot in classical and a foot in jazz. He's an arranger. I've done a lot of work with him. And Suzanne Pitson, a really excellent singer who's been deeply into jazz for a long time. So it's going to be very nice. So it's a lot this week. Okay, and I am waiting for your email.
Got sent.
I got it.
And again, it's got a lot of prompting cues in it. And all of those cues are just suggestions, which half of the time Suno will just ignore them. So you may see cues and lyrics that didn't get actuated by Suno.
Okay.
Suno likes to make its own big finish endings too, which I don't like, but it's stubborn. So it always likes to put its own climactic endings on things. And I try to counteract that by telling it to whisper, sleepy, dreamy. So.
That's funny. Okay, I'm just fixing up. I'm fixing up my thing. No, thank you. Go away. Yeah, tell us something else about this one. Anything?
Yeah, so as I said, it expresses the desire to have a beautiful hi-fi system, which was very real for me back then. And if maybe it's a guy thing where, you want to have a Macintosh amplifier and and huge speakers and all that stuff and deck out your room that way. And I still have a little bit of that syndrome. If you come over to my house, you'll see I've still got a reel-to-reel player. And an old
yeah, I remember that reel-to-reel player, right?
Yeah, so these are heartfelt lyrics. Another thing about Suno, by the way, is that it has no sense of humor, no sense of when I'm trying to be ironic or sardonic. It takes everything at face value. So when I perform these songs, you can hear in my voice a little bit of, a wink and a nod and a little bit of humor. Suno takes all this stuff very seriously. I'm always telling that to the LLMs and the chat machines like ChatGPT. When are you going to grow a sense of humor?
Do they ever answer you?
Oh, yeah, they say, yes, we know.
Do they answer you, Dave?
Oh, yeah. It says, I know, I'm trying. You're helping. I'm starting to understand what your sense of humor is.
That's funny.
Because just about everything I write is supposed to be funny, comedic.
Yeah.
One of my big influences when I was growing up, I don't know if I should admit this or not, but one of my biggest songwriting influences was Alan Sherman.
Oh, me too, man. Yep, me too. Oh, yeah, like what? Hello, mother. Hello, father.
Oh, yeah.
Here we are at Camp Granada.
And Alan Sherman used a lot of internal rhymes, so I picked that up too.
Oh, cool.
And then my other big influence okay, well, here we go. All right. If I had a hi-fi.
Stereophonic test record. Adjust channel separation now.
If I had a hi-fi, we'd
lie by my fireside, I'd play something dreamy like Henry Mancini. You'd wear something fetching, I'd show you my etchings, and life would be high fly if I had a hi-fi, but I don't. Just this old transistor radio with static clicks and ticks and pops and fades, and I don't have the nerve to let a lady know, so I stay home alone without a date. But life could be sweeter with woofers and tweeters. My pride would fly sky high if I had a hi-fi.
If I had a hi-fi and weren't such a shy guy, I'd dim down these lights low and spin you a mumbo. You teach me to cha-cha and shake your maracas. We'd light up and fly high if I had a hi-fi, but I don't. Just this old transistor radio with static clicks and ticks and pops and fades, and I don't have the nerve to let a lady know, so I stay home alone without a date.
But life could be sweeter
With woofers and tweeters,
my pride
would fly sky high
if I had a
hi-fi.
If I had a hi-fi, I'd mix you a Mai Tai. You'd shake my martini in heels and bikini.
And after our cha-cha, I'd play some Sinatra. You'd slide up to my side if I had a hi-fi.
But I don't. Just this old transistor radio with static clicks and ticks and pops and fades, and I don't have the dough to buy a stereo, so I stay home and dream about the day I'll love you profoundly, with sound to surround me with pride. You'll be my bride.
That's right, my bride, that's why
I gotta get high.
fidelity,
The highest high that I can
how
buy.
swell it'll be when I finally get high.
Fidelity.
No one will dare to question my
Fidelity. If I had a hi-fi, if I had a hi-fi, if I had a hi-fi,
we gotta get high.
we're gonna get high.
I gotta get high.
We gotta get high.
Fidelity, we gonna get high.
Hey golly,
We gonna get high.
we're gonna get high.
We gonna get high.
I love that, Dave. Wow, that's great. Wonderful song.
Oh, thank you. That one's 100% me. The melody.
That's
the
great,
words,
man.
And I've got a human version, and it's on YouTube. It's a duet with Jude Swift. I don't know if you know Jude. She's an amazing.
Yes. Oh my God, I have to check that out. I love Jude Swift. She was a good friend of mine. Roland wants to know how many instruments do you play?
Harmonica, saxophone, piano. I started to take guitar lessons a few years ago and decided that my hands just were too old and too small to do that. So, but I understand a little bit of guitar now.
Yeah. My Zelda, yeah, Joe. That's another one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary Bogue is here. Do you know Mary? She's cool.
No, I don't. Hi, Mary.
She said, I used to carry my transistor radio like it was magic. Oh,
Oh,
how
yeah.
it brought me the joys of Miles, Etta, and Desmond, and it was my treasure box of joy.
Oh, yeah. I used to go to school with the transistor radio in my pocket and one of
Yeah.
those old earbud wires going up my sleeve so that I could just kind of lean here and pretend that I was paying attention in class, but I was really listening to the radio.
Wow. Chris made a
Uh,
comment on your line. No one there to question my fidelity. Yeah, great line.
yeah, yeah. Suno kind of blew the timing on that, but you get the idea.
That's great.
I
I
wanted
love
to
this.
I think the one that comes after that, well, we already did False Hot. So there's one called Halfway to Dawn. And that's actually a work in progress where it tells the true story of the way that Lena Horne met Billy Strayhorn. All right, they were at a party and she was expecting to meet Duke Ellington, and Billy Strayhorn came in and said, "No, the Duke can't make it, but I know of a party we can go to if you want to accompany me." So I kind of wrote a song based on that, and it's still a work in progress. And so I got some lyrics, and then I wasn't quite sure where to go with it.
Uh-huh.
Um, I actually might. I played some of the, or I sang some of the lyrics for Mike Stoller, and he's probably gonna help me with it. But in the
Okay.
meantime, I asked Suno, just give me kind of a tone poem based on this. So it kind of meanders. It doesn't have a lot of structure, but it gives you an idea of what Suno will do without any musical input. This is just verbal input lyrics that I've given to it. I didn't try to hum a melody to it or anything. So it's
Okay.
called Halfway to Dawn,
Okay.
and it's kind of slow and moody, and it tells a true story of how Billy Strayhorn was whistling the prelude to an afternoon of a fawn when he walked up to Lena Horne to
Oh,
convey the Duke's regrets that he wouldn't
okay.
be. That's
Sorry,
not it.
that's not it.
And I
Did you
don't have the
send
lyrics
me?
written.
Oh,
I don't have the lyrics written down yet.
okay.
Just
So here we go.
I'm in such a strange mood, entranced by this strange dude who's been whistling the prelude to the afternoon of a fawn, to the strains of Debussy's Stray, came waltzing up to me to convey the Duke's regrets, but the night was still young yet. He told me a story of a fabulous soiree that was always a gloriously libertine affair, with the liquor flowing free and the music of a bebop band, and he'd be very pleased if he could accompany me there. When I said that it was getting late, he broke out in a laugh and said that we weren't even halfway to dawn. He called for a taxi, and that's when he asked me if I knew of the facts he had been known to consort with men. I said I probably should have guessed just from the way that he was pressed, but that just made it easier for me to relax and be his friend. We arrived at a penthouse of the Baroness Nika,
and it felt like Eureka. I had finally found my set, but the band is already gone. As you try to stifle a yawn, the curtain's been drawn like a wisp on a gossamer of chiffon, while I'm trying not to let on. But it's not quite time to move on. If I seem a little withdrawn inside, I'm feeling nutty as a pecan, and I'm more than a little turned on. We've wandered past the witching hour, and I know I'm rambling on with these queening dreams of a pawn. But this duckling's ready to swan. We may laugh, but we're still only halfway to dawn. So fill my cup from the carafe. No need for it to be decaf, because we're still not even halfway. No, we're still not even halfway. We're not even halfway to dawn.
Beautiful.
Don't let Suno hear that. He'll get a swelled head.
Now, whose song is that?
The lyrics are mine. The music is actually Suno's.
Oh, it's Suno's.
I didn't give it any musical input at all. I just kind of gave it a mood.
Oh. Wow. Very nice.
And the title, Halfway to Dawn, that's based on an expression that Billy Strayhorn liked to use. He was a party animal, and he died from it. I don't know if you're familiar with his story.
I don't know how he died, no.
He died from basically from liver poisoning, because even after he was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver, he would not stop drinking. And so that's how he died.
Sad. So if you record that song, do you have to pay licensing to Suno or?
Oh, well, first of all, I wouldn't use, I mean, if I was to put that out, no. The answer to that is no, because Suno has different tiers. There's a free tier where they keep the rights, or there's a paid tier where you own the rights and you could put that out commercially. Not that I would, that's just a sketch pad there. But yeah,
But it's pretty darn good.
well, thank you.
No, I mean, well, your lyrics are gorgeous. They're very brave. It reminds me of a song that Mark Winkler wrote. I forget the name of it, but it was a beautiful song. He writes lyrics to people's music mostly. And so I can't remember who wrote the music, but anyway, it's a great song. It talks about this woman who used to be she's old, and she used to be a jazz singer, and she invited him into the house to, I don't know, either have an interview or a hang, and then she talks about her life, and this is very reminiscent, but your lyrics are much, they're more, not confronting, but I mean, they're deep. They say some shit.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that one was a new thing for me because I'm trying to write from the perspective of a woman. It's supposed to be Lena Horne singing that, and Billy Strayhorn is telling me, I'm gay, right? Telling her that. He says, I've been known to consort with men. And she says, well, I probably could have guessed from the way that you're dressed, but actually that makes it easier for me to relax and be your friend. So,
Yeah.
So it's a true story, and they did end up being very good
Yeah.
friends, and it's a sad story too. So
Okay, so Dave, if I wanted to sing this song, are you going to are you going to rewrite the music?
Mike Stoller has offered to rewrite the
Oh,
music. So he's kind of busy now. He's working. He's got a Broadway play that's opening on April 22nd on Broadway. It's
he
called
does.
Beaches.
Uh-huh.
Beaches, which is, you remember the Bette Midler movie Beaches?
Sure, sure.
That was based on a book called Beaches, written by Iris Dart. And Iris went to Mike and said, "Will you write 16 new songs for a Broadway play?" And he did. And the play opened in Calgary, Canada, just to work out the wrinkles. And now
Uh-huh.
it's going to be opening on Broadway on April 22nd. I'll be there at the opening with Mike and Corky. And he said that
Really? Oh
after
my
that,
God.
then he offered to work on Halfway to Dawn with me. So,
Wow. That's
yeah,
pretty incredible.
yeah, it's a wonderful story. Okay, I got one other. If we have time, do we have time for anything else?
Sure.
All right, this doesn't have any lyrics, but it's an interesting story. I started to tell you this. My grandfather, Dr. Walter E. Merrick,
Yeah.
was a Harlem physician. All right.
Okay.
But he was also a songwriter and a band leader. When he was in medical school, he put out
Yeah.
numerous 78s under the name Merrick's Orchestra on
Uh-huh.
RCA Victor. But also, he was studying medicine at
Wow.
Howard University, and he
Okay.
wrote an opera called Black Empire, which I was
Oh, I
unaware
saw
of
that.
completely because it was never recorded. But I went to visit the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., just to look up his copyrights, and I came across this sheet music, handwritten, Black Empire, in my grandfather's writing.
Oh, you're
And,
kidding.
and while I'm looking at it, there happened to be a scholar there who studied black music of that era, the 1920s, and he
Yeah.
says, that was probably performed at Howard. So I did a little bit of research and actually found the newspaper reviews for
Wow.
when it was performed at Howard University.
Yeah.
But and it got very good reviews, but it was never recorded. And I had no idea what it sounded like. So I talked to the librarian at the Library of Congress, who very kindly kind of looked the other way while I took photographs, because you're not supposed to copy stuff this at the Library of Congress. But I told her who I was. She let me photograph the sheet music and take it home, where I painstakingly, note by note, entered it into notation software to get a MIDI version of it, just so I could hear what it sounded like.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
Then, years and years later, like 20 years later, along comes Suno, and Suno lets me plug the MIDI version into Suno
Wow.
to get a full orchestral version, something like what might have been played in 1930 at Howard University. So if you look there, number 9 is Black Empire Overture Orchestral. And you
Okay.
know how an overture tends to have little bits of all the different songs that are going to be later on in the play. It's a
Yeah.
preview of the,
Uh-huh.
of the songs that'll be in the play. So you should be able to hear a few different melodies
Wow.
for when it was performed at Howard University. That'll be in the play. So you should be able to hear a few different melodies
So
for
I'm
when it was
sorry.
performed at Howard
This is
University.
my
That'll be in the play.
Facebook
So
thing
you
is
should be
going.
able to hear a few different melodies
So
for
I'm
when it was
sorry.
performed at Howard University.
Stop. My
That'll be in the play. So
Facebook
you
thing is
should be able to hear a few
sorry.
different melodies
So
for
I'm
when it was
sorry.
performed at Howard University.
Okay, finally. Sorry, listening to it again and again. Um, I'm sorry. Did you say the orchestral or the jazz?
Yeah, do the orchestral one first. This is the way they would have played it in 1930, and it's classically, and it's kind of a classical piece. It's not really jazz at all.
Okay, that was the
All right,
end.
so that was the straight version. Now, the cool thing about Suno is it understands genres very well. And I said it likes that genre crime jazz. So I asked Suno to redo that composition, the overture, Black Empire Overture, but redo it jazz style. So click the next one. That's Black Emperor number 10.
It kind of sounds, that's a Jewish sound, doesn't it?
I don't know. Yeah. But that's something that you couldn't do without AI. So I'm grateful to have these tools available.
Yeah, what's next? Are you going to continue on with this or what?
Well, actually, I'm going to take a break from AI for a while. Just getting ready for for this show was enough for me. I want to play with some humans again. So anybody want to come over and learn some vocalese anytime? Just
That's cool. Yeah, maybe I'll have to. I love these songs that you did, They're really good. Great writing. Really great
thank you so
writing. I
much. I
love it.
appreciate it. Like I said, they're near and
Yeah.
dear to my heart.
Yeah.
And there's more where those
Um,
came from.
so you have more songs that you wrote?
Oh yeah, many more, many more. I just not many more that I put through Suno, but I've got many more tunes.
Okay, maybe I'll drag over. Maybe I'll drag over a few people, like maybe a piano player and a singer, and something like that to go through some of your stuff.
Anytime.
It's really fun. All right. Well, thank you,
All right.
David Fairweather, ladies and gentlemen. That was pretty fun, wasn't it? Really, really interesting. And I really do think that you ought to get some of this material to some of these arrangers, these people who make their careers are arranging for the vocal groups.
Well, if you know anybody, I'd be happy to meet them. So,
Okay, I'll have to in my spare time. No,
all
I'm kidding.
right.
I'll take however long, and I'll make a list of people and do some introductions.
All right.
I think everybody would
And
be.
some of the stuff that I do, like Balls Hot or Up Jump Spring, they're not that difficult to sing. I mean, it's not like
Yeah,
some of the other stuff, like April Skies or Groovin' High would be a
yeah,
little bit tougher, but Balls Hot's pretty easy.
yeah. Well, and then some of the stuff is very easy, and some of the stuff that I've heard is complicated. So, it'd just be up to you guys to discuss, like, oh yeah, I really like this song. Let's do it, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to debut all of these songs. You're the first person that's ever heard any of this stuff, except for I think Chris Cassidy's heard some of it. But
Cool.
yeah, so
Well, thank you. And everybody come back on Wednesday when I'm going to do the noontime Matt Politano noontime hang. And actually, that night, I'll say this here, but although I don't see anybody who is on the line, but at the club that I'm now booking, Birds of a Feather Jazz Lounge, downtown LA, I'm having a woodshed workshop for vocalists and guitarists with myself and Steve Cotter. So what we're going to do is it's for standards. So we'll perform a handful of standards, and then we'll do a workshop, and we want to get people up on the stage with the mic, with the guitar player. There'll be vocalists and guitar players there, so maybe you can hook up and actually have somebody to practice with, and further times. It's pretty cheap. It's only $25. So I would love to see more people sign up for it. It's going to be really fun. Great. That's Wednesday. And that's what I have to say about this week, David
that's
Fairweather.
this Wednesday, coming up on Wednesday. All right.
This Wednesday, February 11th. All you have to do is go to birdsofafeatherjazzlounge.com, and you'll see who's playing this week. It's going to be quite a week. There's a lot of really good people playing, and I'll be there every night. So I'll be there Wednesday through Sunday.
Wow.
So you'll see me.
All right. Well,
Okay.
good night or good afternoon, or see you soon.